Just some Krip-hop. Yeah, Krip-hop Nation. That was Rob the Noise Temple, the co-founder of Krip-hop Nation, and the member of the Sticky Hill Gang. Going back, taking you back. I am the Black Ripple, and this is KEXU 96.1 FMLP in East Oakland. I'm having my first in-studio guest, Claudia. And Claudia's going to say her last name because you know I'll mess it up. Okay, Claudia is a performer, producer, and inclusive expert. So she's in the Bay Area. So Claudia, what's up?
Hey, all right. So it's Claudia Alec, like a smart Alec. And thank you for honoring my name. I appreciate that. So I've been traveling the country for the past 6 months on a listening tour, trying to figure out what we're going to need in leadership in our performance field and in our social justice work in the next 5 to 10 years.
Wow, that's huge. So what has been coming out of this tour? People, different cities.
Wow. All right. So I started this project off, and I'm calling it #Walkabout. That's the listening portion of this. And every community that I go to, I find out what's it like to live in that community. What are the economic factors? And one of the things that I've noticed is segregation is just a huge issue across performance fields. Right now, most of our performance organizations are owned and operated by white people. And even the organizations that are working mightily to achieve social justice outcomes, they aren't even using the term social justice. Like, even using the term justice is revolutionary to them. I was just in Milwaukee, and it was this beautiful convening of these community engagement folks from all over the country. And Carmen Morgan did the keynote, and she dropped the term justice. And it was like a light bulb went off in so many people's heads. And I was just, I was in, Portland, Oregon. I did a Sins Invalid workshop. And they were talking about the difference between disability, disability rights and disability justice. And for me, that was a light bulb moment for me, where I was like, right. And I've started a company. My company's called Calling Up. Calling Up.
I like it.
And that's because I'm funding this project by doing work. So each community I go to, I do equity, diversity, and inclusion workshops or engagements with different organizations. And the idea is they help to identify a real problem they have. We get to tackle it together and hopefully come up with something that helps them have social justice outcomes, and also some kind of artifact, a document, a resource list, something that we can share free of charge to the community, to anybody who wants it, so they don't have to replicate the work that we just did. Because we got a lot of problems, and I'm kind of tired of solving the same problem over and over and over again for individual organizations.
Wow. So how does these organizations deal with people with disabilities? Because you're disabled too, so how do they deal with those issues?
Well, for some organizations, they're working through a specific disability lens. So I was in Portland working with the Portland Art Museum. They're doing a gigantic remodel, and so they're creating Grant Miller. Is this great disability artist and advocate, and he's disabled and so he understands the community deeply. He's got a real inclusive lens. So he's creating this huge group of folks who are helping them have accessibility be a really large part of their conversation. And I was just in New York attending this conversation between, it was all about inclusion, and it had artists with disabilities, it had like African American artists, and they were talking about that place where these issues combine, where they intersect. And I know that for myself, being a Black queer woman with a disability, my lens is aggressively intersectional. And I truly believe that you have to have justice for every single piece of me. You can't have justice for one piece of me.
Yeah, so tell us about because 2 years ago you did a play called every 24 hours or
Oh
48 hours.
yeah. Well, so I came here to the Bay Area to specifically do an experiment with California State University, working with telepresence and call-in response. And then part of my project, this walkabout, I get invited to a place, and then whatever emerges after I do the thing that brought me there emerges. So I asked this woman, Sherry Lynn, who'd been an actress in the Every 28 Hours plays, to come help me with this project at California State University. She's like, "Yo, let's go to ACT. I'm going to be moderating a conversation with the actors in Father Comes Home from the Wars by Susan Laurie Parks." I get there, and I did not realize ACT did an Every 28 Hours Plays festival just this February. And there was so much love for me in that space. So many lives have been touched. So when Michael Brown was shot, everybody was saying, "Oh, we have to do something. I'm going to Ferguson." And I was like, "Let's do it." So I started a Facebook group like immediately and invited everybody who'd said that on Facebook to be like, "Hey, let's make this a reality." So we went to Ferguson, did a project called the Ferguson Moment for 3 days. And it was a decentralized project because I was trying to fight the sort of capitalist instinct of theater to control projects. I was like, we need to go. And then anybody who participated needs to be able to generate whatever they want to generate out of that. So the piece I generated out of it was the Every 28 Hours plays, about 90 one-minute plays inspired by the current civil rights movement. And then we've had them produced all over the country. So there's been like 60 productions all over the country. And all of these engagements, we demand that there's a post-show conversation that takes place.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But one of the things I'm realizing is these plays not only did the thing I wanted them to do, which was to help the communities have that conversation, but we've also created this huge movement of people, this community of people. So yesterday, I was speaking with this, she's an Indian director, and she was doing a gun violence project with the protest plays. And I had given some of the Every 28 Hours plays to that project to work with them. So I met with her, and she's super excited to be doing more work. But she reflected to me that as she was doing the work, she felt undersupported. She felt alone. I realized, I need to find a way to connect all of these producers, all of these directors to each other in a more robust way.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And, tell us one more time, how can people get in contact with you?
Sure. Well, right now, I'm doing this listening tour probably for the next year, and I'm telling people, follow me on Instagram, Claudia Alex, ClaudiaAlick, #walkabout.
All right, Claudia, thank you so much, and welcome to the Bay again.
Thank you.
All right, that's KEXU 96.1 Krip-hop Nation. Stay tuned for our next program coming up. Rock the noise tempo. Sugar Hill ain't going back.